for me, the order of the deepnesses, the surface level, the levels of the speech. The first one would be half full. It wasn't that deep. In fact, I would go as far to say that you weren't even in the hospital. You weren't even in the water. You practically just made a statement, and that was it. That speech had absolutely nothing to it, not even a good start. The second one for me would be Shake It Up. You could tell that there was meaning in there, and this could resonate with some people. However, it did not resonate for me. It is probably surface level as well. The next would be Foundation. You made us interact, you made me think. However, it did not resonate me. Once you moved on, the speech kind of left my brain and it didn't have an impact. And if that's what you were going for in your speech, you didn't get it. The fourth would be Overflow. This one was deep for me. I definitely could connect and resonate with it, and I thought about it after you had made the speech. And when I heard it, and it made me think differently than your previous speeches before that. Then the last one, the deepest one for me, would be Pour It Out. This one is, I would say it's very deep. It makes people want to interact. I know for me, picking 3 people, it would want me to be picked. It would want me to be involved. It would want me to be part of the speech. And then, of course, even if I didn't, I still connected with it, and I was still receptive as you made not only the people that you picked interact, but the people that you didn't pick interact. Now, for the 2 things I would do with cups. First, I would have more cups than this. This is all the cups that I own. Yes, I know. And it's gonna sound odd, but I would separate them, and I would put them in different places in the room, and then I would turn the lights off. And I would tell people to find the cups for me. And this would be more of, you can't see, you're in the dark, and I would call this speech In the Dark, because you're in the dark. More to find, of course, so let me backtrack. I would turn off the lights, and I would hide the cups, or I would scatter them around the classroom where we are, and hopefully the location where we're at, it's dark enough that you can't see the cups very well. I would then tell you to find the cups, and whoever finds all the cups, or whoever, to just find one cup, and then you would come to me, and I would tell you some great story. I would tell you a joke. I would tell you something big and something important, and then you could move on. I would call this speech In the Dark, because not only are you in the dark straight from the beginning of not knowing where anything is, and not knowing the best way to do stuff, and then of course there's something there. As more and more people find out what I am saying, you are going to be left in the dark, not only actually in the dark, but you are left in the dark knowledge-wise, because you have no clue what I'm talking about and what the point I'm trying to make is. All you know is that you're looking around for a cup. The second thing I would do with cups is I would have more cups. I would go out and get more cups, and I would do it so each person had about 10 cups. So I would pick 3 people, and I would present them the cups like this, and then I would say, stack them, 1, 2, 3, go. I would push them into it and not explain any further of why are you stacking the cups, why. I would just give you the cups, and the way I would pick the 3 people is someone who wanted to do it, someone that really wanted to do it, and someone that doesn't really have a stance, they're doing it but they would also be fine with not doing it. I would make them stack it, and then when the last person stacked it, I would say unstack. And I mean immediately. The last person stacks the final cup, and I would say take it down immediately. And I would have them keep repeating this of stacking it up and taking it back down, stacking it up and taking it back down. And I would do this until someone said something. I would call this speech? I would call it cycles. Because you're constantly going through this cycle. And this cycle is getting repetitive, and you're also starting to hate it. Even if you really wanted to interact and stack these cups slowly, you're going to get tired, you're going to get annoyed, because you're finishing it and then you have to take it down. You're finishing it and then you have to take it down. And this would continue until you stopped and you broke that cycle of finishing it and taking it down, of you building it up and having to crumble it, having to making this great accomplishment and having to discredit it and having to break it. It would be like that until you decide to stop and you decide to break the cycle. Now, for this, there would obviously be more people. So it could also be that the people are doing it and someone else from the audience says, hey, are they going to stop? Hey, where's this going? Even if the professor said, all right, what point are you trying to make? That's when I would stop and I would make my point of, you're going to constantly be trapped in the cycle of stacking cups and tearing down the cups until you decide to say something.